What is up, Tiger fans, and welcome to the first episode of the Best Damn Sunday Reset here with your host, Cole Gerard. This is going to be the first episode of the Sunday Reset. We got a couple new shows coming in the future. Of course, me and Evan will still do our Wednesday show, the Best Damn Clemson show here at allclemsontigers.com for all Clemson, Clemson basketball, Clemson baseball, Clemson football, anything Clemson. Please visit us at allclemsontigers.com. It was a rough one Saturday in Death Valley. I'm sure everybody's already saw it, and if you haven't, man, you better be glad you haven't saw it because it was a long, it was an embarrassing night in Death Valley. If I got to be completely honest, there's no way to move around it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It was a straight up butt kicking, and we just got dominated on all sides of the ball. I mean, you had it sucks because you led them in yards. You had, almost 100 yards more than them. You had more first downs, time of possession, rushing, everything. You just got beat. And it sucked because there were some times in that game where we could have made, a momentum swing, and, we didn't make the adjustments that we needed to do. And, it bit us, and, all around just got beat by Louisville. And, I'm giving credit to Louisville because I knew it was going to be a close game, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. And it wasn't a close game. And, they just beat our tails. I thought we'd come in this game still be able to score 40 points and, just trying to stop their offense. But, props to them, and looking at it now, I didn't really check stats or, home loss stats, but it's the worst loss at home to an unranked opponent since 2001. And that was against North Carolina Tar Heels. I saw that on Twitter last night, so I thought I would share that. And, as long as I've been alive, the worst home loss I've seen, and it was to a ranked opponent who won the national championship that year, was Florida State. So, Dabo in his presser was like, it's a Louisville can't play. It's unacceptable, coming off a bye week, and it comes down to coaching. He took all the blame for it. And it sucks because, you have two byes now, and, 3 years in a row now we've lost after the bye week. I mean, you can say we didn't lose after the first one, but we've lost after a bye week 3 years in a row. And it sucks because now you got two bye weeks, and it's hard to prepare. Like they say, yeah, we're going to prepare this like a game week. You can say that to the media and, try to convince, but it's tough for those players going in there. And, they're not going to be as, on it as a game week because they know they're not playing. But, I mean, I'm sure they're still going hard. They're going to prepare for sure. But it's just really tough to go into a week knowing you're not going to play. You're like, got to go out here and give it 100%, even though I'm not playing. And I'm not saying they didn't. I'm sure they did. But when you're not playing, it's weird. And a bye week can hurt you. And it has 3 years in a row. And I would rather just keep playing football to keep that momentum going. And when you don't play for a week, it really kills you. But, this Clemson team sitting at 6-2. I'm not going to say an ACC title berth in the playoffs are on the table just yet. The ACC wasn't really looking likely, even if we went out because, needed SMU and Miami to lose. So, and I'm not saying Miami or SMU can't shake up here the next couple of weeks. I mean, Duke had a lead in the fourth quarter, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then it all went downhill from there. SMU absolutely destroyed Pitt. But like I said, not saying they can't slip up. And, it could be this weekend. Miami could lose to Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's a way better team than their record shows. And we all know that Haynes King and the other Haynes guy running back who is, they have a great offense. And like I said, they're a lot better than their record. And, we travel. Clemson Tigers do travel to Blacksburg, Virginia this week for a 3:30 matchup at Lane Stadium. Virginia Tech lost a tough one to Syracuse. So that doesn't really make the argument look good for that game. Can't really look at it as it's a huge game for us because you lose another one, you're completely done. I'm not going to quite count the 6-2 Clemson team out just yet. And I know it's not looking good, and, it's going to take a lot of miracles around the league, but there's still a chance. And, got to go get it done at Virginia Tech. That's a great crowd there. So it's a better team than their record shows, but them losing to Syracuse last night did not help that argument out for me at all, because I was high on Virginia Tech at the beginning of the year, and so was Evans with all Clemson Tigers as well. And he had them in the ACC championship game, and now they're a 4 or 5 loss team. So it's not really proven an argument, but I really do think this would light a fire. It's going to light a fire under this Clemson team. Like we said that after week 1, and we played six straight weeks of fireball. I mean, we didn't. It's like we didn't make any mistakes for six weeks, and it bit us in the tail because you're coming off of a bye week. Playing a three loss Louisville team who's 6-3 right now. So we're coming in here. We've been playing lights out ball for 6 weeks, and we had a bye week, and we come out and we thought it would be easy, and now we're sitting here Sunday night trying to prepare for Virginia Tech with 2 losses on our hand, and it sucks. And this team wanted it more than anybody, but it's college football. Any given day, we are going to look at what Kay Klubnik had to say after that loss last night.
General thoughts. You have body emotions, obviously. What's the locker room like? How are you?
We're pissed because we lost. I'm pissed just because we've given so much. It's just not acceptable. In our execution and our effort, and my play and everybody's play is just wasn't like us, and just pissed. Not even sad, just mad.
From your perspective, why could y'all not get into an offensive rhythm, really at any point in the game?
I didn't do great on first downs. Whenever you're getting yourself in 2nd and long and 3rd and longs, it's a tough spot. Really similar to the first game we played of the year in terms of that issue. So got to do better on first downs and get drives going, P&10s, and I think that's it.
Did you feel like there was a lack of urgency early in the fourth quarter, maybe when y'all were trying to come back from 3 scores down? Did you feel like y'all could have maybe sped up the pace a little bit?
I feel like we're moving pretty fast. Maybe could have gone a couple fast plays. There was just also a couple injuries that they had and some weird stuff that happened. But maybe at times we could have gone a little faster. Yeah.
Kate, you talked about being angry and upset, obviously, but knowing that there's another game next Saturday, kind of how do you hope to respond as the leader on this team?
I just told the guys I'm going to show up tomorrow. I'll be in the facility from 12 to 7 tomorrow, getting my body right, watching film, getting treatment, getting my recovery run. Then I'll show up on Monday and kick Monday's ass. Show up on Tuesday, kick Tuesday's ass. Show up on Wednesday, kick Wednesday's ass. And then carry that forward and go be the best we can next Saturday.
There you just heard from quarterback Kay Klubnik after that loss to Louisville last night. You can hear it. You can hear it in his voice, man. It's like, if you look on social media, everybody's like, "Oh, this Clemson team came out here and just laid it down," and they did. They got beat at the end of the day. They got their tails kicked. But this team did prepare. They prepared for 2 weeks coming into this game. Ready to beat Louisville at home. We had a 8-0 record against Louisville. Louisville's now a 1 win all time against the Clemson Tigers, and of course, it's going to spark people on social media. But like Kate says, they don't look at social media. Dabo Swinney doesn't look at social media. I don't even know if he has a social media handle of any sort. So, they just, they're 6-2. A lot of teams in the country would love to sit at 6-2, and that just shows, how spoiled a fan base can be. I've been a Clemson Tiger fan all my life, but at the end of the day, a lot of teams would kill to be a 6-2 ball club in November. And we're right here, and shouldn't have lost last night, but end of the day, it did. We did, and there's still a lot of football to be played to be left. But at the end of the day, all you can do is look for next week and travel to Blacksburg, Virginia, and let's see that same Clemson team we've seen for the last 6 weeks, and hoping it was an off night. Even in an off night, you should win the ball game. You should figure it out, and you should find a way to win. But they didn't do that last night, and it's reality, and it is what it is. But I want to talk a little bit about the struggles, the big time struggles we saw, and and it wasn't that quarterback play. I'm not saying he played great, but he didn't play bad, and he threw a lot of stuff downfield when he could. We had a couple drops, penalties. We ran the ball on Second one up the middle, didn't get it, and got all the way to 4th and 1, got stuffed on our own 30. But, wide receivers could not get any separation, it seemed like last night. Other like offensive line, the defense, stuff like that. It just you couldn't get your run game going. It's just like we could not find rhythm at all, and there's nothing really you can do about it at the end of the day. And it comes down to coaching, like Coach Sweeney says, and having them prepared. And I will say I thought they were prepared, like I said earlier, but at the end of the day, I mean, I've said this a million times, and you're 6-2 ball club, and all you can do is just play for the next week. But I do think Coach Luke and Tyler Gresham will make those adjustments that we needed. They'll go watch film. I'm sure they watch film today. They'll watch it again tomorrow. We'll figure out, what we saw on our part and Louisville's part. What can we do to fix that? And I think they will on defense. Trey Williams, Shelton Lewis, and Monte Capart, all three went down last night. Peter Woods as well. So, that'll be two guys on your front five, DeMonte and Peter. Really hope those are temporary, short injuries, get them back this week if possible, because, Peter's already missed 3 games this year. So it would suck not having him playing this Saturday, especially DeMonte, 5th year, getting his first starts now for Clemson, and it sucks because when you're losing a ball game like that and then your best guys go down, it doesn't fight the argument of coming back. But we're going to get into a little bit of college basketball. It's finally back. Brad and the boys are tipping it off tomorrow in the season opener at 7:00 p.m. Against Charleston Southern. Clemson coming off that crazy Elite Eight run. We haven't seen an Elite Eight in a long, long time. I think the last guy was to do it was, I can't even think of the name, Tennessee's coach, Rick Barnes. I think that's his name. But I think that was the last time we had an Elite Eight appearance. Chase Hunter coming back for his 6th or 7th year. I can't count it anymore. And Ian Shefflin, who is making his trying to get drafted next year. And, he's close. I'm not going to say it's right there, but it's definitely on the table. It's been it seems like it's been forever since we stepped on the court, but it was in March, or it was, like the end of March like 29th. I remember I was watching the Arizona game in Coral Gables for that baseball series. But it's going to be fun winning Little John tomorrow. And, 7:00 tip off, and also at 2:00 tomorrow, the Sean Poppy air starts for Clemson women's basketball against Jackson State, I believe. So that's going to be a good one, but we'll get into more Clemson basketball and a little sneak peek of something cool happening with baseball right after this commercial break.
Are you tired of scrolling endlessly to find the perfect deal?
Who said that?
Me.
Ah! Who are you? How did you get in my house?
Be not afraid. I'm the Frugal Fairy. See, at the Frugaling Shop, we bring the best deals to your doorstep, so you can spend less time searching and more time saving.
Yes, hello? There's a man with wings standing in my living room, and I'm scared.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. That's what Harbor Oasis became for me, a slice of home in Anderson, South Carolina. I stumbled upon this heartwarming marketplace. Roaming through aisles of handcrafted treasures and local art, I felt each piece whispering stories of passion and dedication. It's a place where warmth meets creativity. Join me in experiencing this magical oasis. Explore the beauty, attend soul-enriching workshops, and support local artisans. See for yourself how Harbor Oasis can become a part of your story too. Experience the joy today at Harbor Oasis, located at 5013 SC 24 in Anderson. Have you ever stumbled upon a flavor sensation that sweeps you off your feet? That's Waffle Drop. Nestled in the heart of Greenville, we've spun up the traditional bubble waffle, a thrilling mix of pancake and waffle into an art form. From the whimsical Lil Blue Panda to the decadent Ferrero Rocher ice cream, every bite is an adventure. Imagine savoring a bubble waffle wrapped around your favorite ice cream. Now stop imagining. Visit us at Hampton Station or our new location at 500 Congaree Road in Greenville, which is open during the week to embark on your own delightful journey. Buy now and feel the happiness we blend into every serving. Experience the joy today at Waffle Drop.
There you heard from a couple of our sponsors here, allclemsontigers.com. Please give all those businesses a visit. They help us out a good bit. We're going to talk a little bit about the incoming transfer class for this Clemson basketball team. You know, we saw that expedition game against Augusta last Wednesday. I'm going to start at the top. You got center Christian Reeves, was 3-star coming out of high school, transfer from Duke last year. Didn't really watch him play at all last year. Actually, didn't know about him, but looking at his film and stuff coming from Duke, I mean, he didn't play much because he was hurt his freshman year. I know that, so he's a red shirt. That's going to be a tall guy coming in. Yeah, two huge guys. I mean, Christian's 7'2", and I think Victor Locken. I'm guessing it's Locken. 4-star coming out of high school wherever he went from Cincinnati. You know, he's 6'11", 7'2". So you're having two big guys like that, along with Ian Shefflin down low. I feel like it's going to be a lot of depth. And you know, you got Jaden Zachary coming from BC to kind of take over that Joe Girard energy and, you know, be able to shoot like he can. And, you know, Jaden Zachary lit us up in the ACC championship in the ACC championship or the ACC tournament in basketball last year. And he just lit us up. I mean, Boston College killed us that game. And then you got Miles Foster from Indiana State, I believe, or Illinois State. Yeah. So Miles, he can shoot as well, a little point forward. You know, I think this transfer class is great. And then you got transfers. I don't have it pulled up, but Ace Buckner, I think, is redshirting. You got Dale Jones, Dallas Thomas, and I think one more. But then you got redshirts, Jake Hybrader, Asa Thomas, and guys like that who are coming in, you know, who didn't play at all last year. And now, you know, here they are. So I really do think this Clemson team has a lot of depth this year. And I'm expecting, you know, obviously March Madness, that's what, you know, Brad's got his extension. You know, a lot of people wanted Brad out of his job last year, and I got it because we were losing a lot of close games at home. And I'll bring up, I hate to think about it, but, you know, we were up 9 or 10 with a minute and 20 left against Georgia Tech at home last year and lost. So, you know, obviously that's not good ever. But, you know, look at this freshman class. You got Dallas Thomas coming in at 6'9", 180 pounds forward from Little Rock, Arkansas. You got Dale Jones, 6'2", guard from Landover, Maryland. And I think we got one more. Or no, we got Ace Buckner, like I said, who's redshirt. And then you got Jackson Roberts, a freshman center, 6'11", coming out of Tampa, Florida. So that's just a lot of depth for this Clemson Tigers team. And I can't wait to be in Little John tomorrow. It's been a long time. You know, I think the last game I went to was the last home game. So whenever that was last season. And I think we should come out here, you know, I think we're going to be a fiery offensive team. You know, we're going to be good on defense as always, but, you know, I feel like Clemson's lacked from that three-point shot in recent years. We've always had a good point guard or guard, but I really do think this Clemson team could be, I know they're going to be really good, but if not better than last year's team. But yeah, we're excited to be in Little John tomorrow, and I think it'll be a good one. I hope it's not a good one. I hope it's a blowout. Should be against Charleston Southern. No disrespect to them, but you know, we're going to get into a little bit of Savannah Bananas and Clemson baseball. You know, that's a weird one to hear. And you know, it's the first time for this ever. Actually, Savannah has never played a college team, so the Savannah Bananas will travel to Clemson to play their first ever expedition against the college team when they take on our Clemson Tigers. You know, they're going to be playing banana ball rules at Doug Kingsmore Stadium this Thursday at 7:00. The event was created, and a lot of fans are going to be mad, Clemson fans especially. You know, there's no tickets going on sale to the general public. This event was created by the K Club members, which is like the Savannah Bananas like members. So they're called the K Club. And, you know, they kind of had this idea of coming to play Clemson Tigers in their little all-star game. So, you know, it's going to be cool. A couple of us on the All Clemson Tigers team will be there covering that game for you guys. Live coverage will be on the Savannah Bananas YouTube, so it's not like you're not going to be able to see it at all. You will be able to watch live coverage. You just won't be able to be inside the stadium, which sucks because, in my opinion, I don't think 6,000 K Club members are going to be there Thursday. So I really do think they should have sold some tickets to the general public. I mean, because this doesn't happen likely, and it probably won't ever happen again. But It probably will, because a lot of teams are going to want to do what Clemson's doing. But I think it's a cool thing for our team. You know, they're going to be doing banana ball, so they're learning their routine dances this week, and you know they'll be doing the same dances the bananas do. And you know, Jesse, I call him Yellow Tux Jesse because that's his Twitter name. But you know, I went to the scrimmage on Friday, and him and his I guess marketing manager or the marketing guy was out there, and they were all teaching the players the dances, and you know, kind of just making it cool. And you know, they're going to be playing full banana ball, so you're going to see Aiden Canuck on the mound, you know, doing the wobble or something like that. So it's going to be an awesome event, and I hate the general public can't come, but again, you can catch the Savannah Bananas in action again in Clemson. They will be playing at Death Valley Memorial Stadium here in Clemson, South Carolina, April 26th, 2025. So that's coming up, man. And you know, it's November already, and time's flying. So it's going to be here before you know it. So you're going to have Clemson baseball. Hopefully, I'm guessing they'll probably be in a road series when the Savannah Bananas come to town. But say Clemson baseball is at home, you know, and say the Savannah Bananas are going to play at 7, you know, come catch a Clemson baseball game at 1 o'clock. And I hope they do make it that way. It'll be an awesome day of tailgating here in Clemson because, you know, outside of football season, you don't have a good tailgating atmosphere. You know, I will say last baseball season, there was actually a good tailgating crowd for a lot of the home series, especially the super regionals and regionals crowds. I mean, those people were out there 6 hours before first pitch. You know, you thought it was a football game, but, you know, it was good to see out there all the fans, you know. And we got to talk to Eric Bakich a little bit a couple weeks ago about, you know, the super regional crowd and at their media availability for the fall ball. He talked a little bit about Cam Canarella coming back from his injury and where he's at, a little bit about Andrew Truffaut coming back from his injury. He is taking ABs, playing field. He's just not at a full sprint yet. So it'd be good to get him back. You know, you're losing a lot of offense, you know, like Jimmy Obertop, Jacob Hinderleiter, Will Taylor, Alden Mathis. I know I got a couple off my tongue, can't think. But looking at those guys, well, then you bring, you know, 2 Big Ten freshmen, and you know, one of them won Big Ten Freshman of the Year. They're both All-Americans, Colin Priest, Luke Gaffney, and then you got like Dom Listy coming from, gosh, I can't even think of the school's name. I think that's Indiana State, the Sycamores. And then, you know, you got Josh Pano coming from Cal Baptist. Couple more pitchers. You know, you got Hudson Lee coming from Wake Forest. But, you know, I can't think of the transfer class right off my mind. I don't have it right here on paper. But I think this Clemson team is going to be – they're going to be really good offensively and their bullpen. But they could be better than last year. You know, you got power all over the board. There's so many guys that can hit and play defense that not everybody can start. You got 9 positions on the field, and we got 35, 40 guys that can play some ball. And it's tough, but that's what you like to see. You like to see a good bench because in games you're going to have to call somebody to come up and step up in a bottom of the ninth, 2 out, bases loaded to come win the game. And that's when you go to your bench, man, when you really need it. And I really do think this Clemson team is in a – Eric Bakich is in year 3. He's going into year 3. You know, the next steps ahead. Year 1, regional, hosted. Year 2, hosted a regional, hosted a super regional. Fell real short of Omaha. It was right there in our hands. Some crazy calls. I mean, we got beat, but, you know, it felt like a ump show, and I'm not going to get into too much of that. But the next step's Omaha, and it's right here, and this Clemson Tiger team wants it. Eric Bakich is the best guy to lead this team to it, and I think they will. You know, I'm excited for Team 128. You know, they starting their campaign off in Arlington, Texas this year in I think it's called the Shriners. I'll actually verify that really quick. I think it's the Shriners Hospital. Yeah, Shriners Children's College Showdown in Arlington, Texas, which will be held from February 14th, February 16th, 2025. This will be the first time Clemson has played in this tournament, and first time we open up away from Doug Kingsmore Stadium since 2005, I think. Clemson will face off against, I think they play Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, and Arizona. And Friday, Saturday will be at 11, and Sunday's game would be at 2:30. So it's going to be cool. let's see some Clemson fans travel out to Arlington, Texas. Clemson fans always travel well, and, we don't play in this kind of tournament every year. So definitely go out there to Arlington, Texas and watch Team 128 start its campaign, and it's coming close. And, fall ball's almost over. The Clemson Tigers travel to Alabama actually this Friday to take on the Crimson Tide in a fall ball matchup. So that's going to be cool. I don't think there's any live video, so I won't be able to watch as I'll be in Virginia Tech watching this Clemson Tigers team play with my family. First trip to Blacksburg, actually, so it's going to be a really fun time. But, there'll be stats, I'm sure, Captain on Stat Broadcast, or, we'll post. I'm sure there'll be live tweets with Clemson baseball. So it's going to be cool. And we will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Nick and Norman's is a brand new restaurant on the West End. Located at 1 Augusta Street, we are bringing unique Southern-inspired cuisine and a speakeasy vibe to Greenville. Created by an ownership group headlined by Norman Reedus and Greg Nicotero, Nick and Norman's is more than just a restaurant. It's a destination for an unforgettable dining experience. Our hours are Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Our phone number is 864-236-5446. We also have a private dining room, so call for booking. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Instagram and on Facebook.
They say a home is a safe haven, but what about when that safety is threatened? Last year, a storm hit our area hard, and suddenly the roof over my head, my family's shelter, was compromised. I felt vulnerable. But then Canopy Roofing stepped in. Their dedication, much like that of a caring family, restored more than just our roof. They restored our sense of security. If you're ever in need, let Canopy protect your haven too. Experience the same peace of mind. See for yourself how Canopy Roofing can safeguard your family's comfort and safety.
Have you ever bitten into a pizza and just known your taste buds were experiencing something totally unique? That was me at Crust and Craft in Greenville. Nestled right at 123 South Main Street, this isn't your average pizza joint. Their claim of "we do pizza differently" couldn't be truer. With creations like the Low Country Seafood Boil Pizza and exquisite $10 lunch specials, they're crafting flavors that defy the norm. Plus, the vibe? Unbeatable, especially with their new cocktail menu to sip on the patio. Head over to Crust and Craft Greenville, taste the difference for yourself. And seriously, do not miss out on their happy hour. Grab your slice of heaven today.
Ever find yourself needing custom gear that really stands out? At Carolina Printing Sports and Trophy in Hartsville, SC, we personalize everything from t-shirts to trophies, making sure your brand or team logo pops. Whether it's screen printing, embroidery, or dazzling plaques, we've got you covered. Swing by today and let's create something unique just for you.
All righty, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining us on the first episode of the Best Damn Sunday Reset here with your host, Cole Gerard. A lot of action this week in, Clemson sports. You got Little John tomorrow night with Brad Brownell at 7 o'clock against Charleston Southern, and the Sean Poppy Air starts at 2 o'clock against Jackson State in Little John Coliseum. And again, the Tigers take on the Virginia Tech Hokies Saturday in Blacksburg, Virginia at 3:30 for a 3:30 kickoff. As always, I want to thank allclemsontigers.com for all, Clemson, all your Clemson needs, articles, everything. Allclemsontigers.com. I want to thank Zach Lance, Jeremy Lockett, Evan Cooley for all they do for me and allclemsontigers.com. And again, this is the Best Damn Sunday Reset with Cole Gerard. And thank you. Hey, no, no, no.